is enough said.
Happy Friday, Heat Nation. Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Before we get started, guys, you know what I'm going to ask. Smash the like button. Click the subscribe button. Don't forget to click that notification bell. We are very close to 4,000 subscribers. I need everybody's help, so let's go. Now we're going to get ready to rock and roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. And I got a good one for you today, guys, because there's a lot of little trinklings, there's a lot of little rumors, a lot of little birds tweeting about a certain player. Yes, we're doing this again. We talking about Mr. Donovan Mitchell from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now look, last night, big ups to Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers. They were able to defeat the Boston Celtics, tie this series 1-1. Now, why am I talking about Donovan Mitchell when he just won a playoff game against the Boston Celtics? Well, it's because the Cleveland Cavaliers have offered Donovan Mitchell multiple contract extensions. I've mentioned this in the past. Donovan Mitchell's turned them down. So basically what a lot of different representatives are saying, what a lot of different representatives are thinking, and what a lot of the insiders are saying is that they're expected for Donovan Mitchell to opt out of his player option for the 2025-2026 season, which would technically make next year his last year with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, we know that Donovan Mitchell is a hot all-star. This is a guy that may be closest to the Miami Heat legend Dwayne Wade as far as playing goes. He averages 27 points a game. You know, this is a guy that is a dominating offensive presence. It's somebody that the Miami Heat can definitely use. Now, it was reported yesterday from Bleacher Report by Eric Pincus that Donovan Mitchell has Miami high on his list of destinations. And I'm going to read this for a quote from Mr. Eric Pincus. He basically said that Donovan Mitchell has a strong relationship with Bam Adebayo, and is said by multiple NBA insiders to have Miami high on his list of destinations, end quote. Now, there's another quote that's filtering around that it seems like that the ideal option, if the Cleveland Cavaliers want to recoup some of its massive haul of assets they sent to the Utah Jazz to acquire Donovan Mitchell, including Lauri Markkanen, 3 future first-round draft picks, and 2 first-round swaps. So they gave up a lot to get Donovan Mitchell, but the Cleveland Cavaliers knew that by trading for Donovan Mitchell, this was the risk that they were going to run into. This was the main report before Cleveland traded for Donovan Mitchell, that Donovan Mitchell had serious interest in joining either the New York Nets or the New York Knicks or the Miami Heat. Utah just traded him to Cleveland because Cleveland was the best bidder, and now Cleveland's dealing with this. So, if the Cleveland Cavaliers lose to the Boston Celtics, you guys, then Donovan Mitchell is going to be the hottest trade topic this offseason. Now, if Cleveland shock the world and defeat the Boston Celtics with how diminished the Eastern Conference is with these injuries, if Cleveland can beat Boston, Cleveland has a shot to make the NBA championship. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've said this before. Donovan Mitchell's future predicates on this series against the Boston Celtics, because if Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers lose, then yes, trading for Donovan Mitchell will be high priority for the Miami Heat, and it's going to be the big rumors this offseason like Damian Lillard last year. However, if the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Boston Celtics, the chances of Donovan Mitchell leaving Cleveland by a trade probably won't happen this offseason. It may happen during the season next year. So it's not likely to happen this offseason if they defeat the Boston Celtics. So we just need to wait and see exactly what happens. But let me give you some stats for Donovan Mitchell, guys. 27 points a game, 5 rebounds, almost 5 assists. This guy averages about 45% from the midfield. He averages 36% from the three-point line, 41% for catch and shoots, 35% for pull-up threes. This is a guy who gives you the offensive presence you need. We've been clamoring for a guy to come in and take the load off of Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. You thought it was going to be Tyler Hero this year. You thought that trading for Terry Rozier was going to fill that gap. It still may. Terry Rozier is going to get a full training camp with this Miami Heat team this upcoming September. Terry Rozier is going to fit in like a glove with this Miami Heat team. It was hard for him because when he was traded to Miami, Tyler Hero was injured. Then Tyler Hero came back, but then he got injured. He couldn't really get acclimated with this team. You saw little sprints. You saw little, ways that Terry Rozier was fitting with the team, but then he got injured. Donovan Mitchell will be that guy to take the offensive load off of guys like Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. He will allow Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo to play their game. Donovan Mitchell and guys like Terry Rozier or Tyler Hero, if he stays, depending on what the trade is, it will work. It's kind of like what I said last year with trading for Damian Lillard. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, as great as they are, as amazing as they've held the front for this Miami Heat team, they've slacked. They've lost. They haven't been able to win the big one. What have I recently said? Now that Jimmy Butler is 35 years old, I want him to take the Scottie Pippen role, the number 2 role, to be the pest defensively, to be that guy, because he still can. Bam Adebayo, be the mix of Horace Grant and Dennis Rodman. Be that amazing complemental number 3. But then you need a guy throughout the regular season who could lead you offensively. That's not Jimmy Butler. We know Jimmy Butler next year, he's going to play anywhere from like 55 to 65 games. Hopefully we can get 70 out of him. But Donovan Mitchell and Bam Adebayo together during the season will be those guys that carry the banner, will be those guys that help you throughout the regular season. And by trading for Donovan Mitchell, maybe this would get you a higher seeding. Now, look, guys, I'll be honest. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I know I've talked about trading for Tyler. I know I've talked about making a change this offseason. People may feel that I don't believe in this current roster. It's not true. I said it yesterday. I've said it in multiple channels that I've had. This Miami Heat roster, this team that we currently have constructed, can win an NBA championship. I feel they can be a contender. However, we don't know what other teams are going to do in the offseason. Boston upgraded. Other teams may upgrade. New York may get better. Orlando may get better. Teams that actually got into the playoffs this year, they're looking to upgrade. You need to evolve. You need to get better. Now, with this roster, if you give me a full training camp with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier, Nikola Jovic, Duncan Robinson, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kevin Love, you give me a full training camp with these guys, and I'm confident in this roster. But if you guys ask me, who would you rather have on this team with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo that makes you feel confident in winning an NBA championship, Donovan Mitchell or Tyler Hero? I will say Donovan Mitchell. Because he's proven that he's an elite NBA level all-star. Tyler Hero has not. Now that's the thing. Tyler Hero has been called fragile by Pat Riley. Tyler Hero has had a diminished value season. Tyler Hero has pretty much lost it in a way, I guess you could say. But he's still 24 years old. He's still on a friendly contract. He still can be that guy, given the opportunity and barring injury. So the real question is, how can the Miami Heat make this work? The Miami Heat, they're a first apron team with the luxury tax. They still have an opportunity to make a trade and aggregate players. But the thing is, you got to look at the new rule, the 125% plus 100,000 rule with the new NBA CBA. Because Miami's not a second apron team. They're a first apron team. Now, I tried doing a lot of trades, you guys. The thing about a trade like this, when you're a first apron team, the salaries have to match about 110% of the $100,000 rule. So you can't exceed that. So I have a trade, and I want to hear from you guys because this works. Now, this trade works if you are able to get Kevin Love to opt in his player option. And for people freaking out saying, no, wait, listen. You take Donovan Mitchell, who's making $33.8 million this year, or 33.6, something like that. You trade him for Tyler Hero, Kevin Love, if you get him to agree to go to his player option. Guys, where did Kevin Love win an NBA championship? 2016 with Cleveland. This could be Kevin Love's last season. Rides off into the sunset with Cleveland. And he gets to go play back with Max Strus. We know Kevin Love and Max Strus have a great relationship. You also include either Nikola Jovic or Jaime Jaquez Jr. in this trade. You also include your 15th pick in the 2024 draft. You include your 2030 and your 2031 pick. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is Tyler Hero, Kevin Love, Nikola Jovic, or Jaime Jaquez Jr., not both, with 3 future first-round draft picks. I think it's a lot. I think 3 future first-round draft picks is a lot. I would like it to be 2, maybe 2 first-round draft picks and a possible pick swap. I know that Cleveland gave up 3 first-round draft picks and 2 pick swaps. Doesn't matter. We live in the now. I think that's good enough. Some people may say, well, we may have to do Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and Nikola Jovic. Well, that doesn't work because now you're going over the 110%, the 125% plus 100,000 rule. So you would have to add another player like Haywood Highsmith, but he's a free agent. The Miami Heat don't really have a lot of flexibility with numbers. You will have to include a 4th player. But I don't think the Heat are going to have to give up that much, you guys. Now, I'll be honest. With the whole Damian Lillard situation that happened last year, if you got to do it, you got to do it. Donovan Mitchell gets you to that level. But I don't want to give up both Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Nikola Jovic. I don't think we're going to have to. I think you present Cleveland with an opportunity. You don't want to lose Donovan Mitchell for nothing. Here's Tyler Hero. Here's Kevin Love, that he can lead your team with veteran presence. Here's Nikola Jovic or Jaime Jaquez Jr. I think it'll probably be Nikola Jovic. But that gives Cleveland something to build on. Plus 2 future first-round draft picks with a pick swap gives them some of them the draft picks that they lost back. I think that trade works. I want to hear from you, Heat fans. Do you feel that Donovan Mitchell is a possible trade candidate for the Miami Heat this offseason? Or do you feel that he's going to stay in Cleveland or possibly be traded somewhere else? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for everyone that watches and supports. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said.